Hey guys, welcome back. I'm excited. We have a new module. Every time we have a new module, it always gets me thinking, a new opportunity to kind of reflect on how things went last module, what we're going to be doing this module. Something that I always think about, I've been thinking about throughout the year, is how math is kind of its own language. And with each new topic that we learn in math, we're learning about that particular thing. So if you were learning about sports, for example, and you're talking about soccer, you're going to learn terms about soccer, and then you switch sports and you start learning about baseball. You're going to start learning terms that have to do with baseball and how those apply. So with each new module, we have new terms that we're going to learn. And part of the reason I was thinking about this was in a different video that I was working on, I was doing a little bit of crocheting, and it had been a while since I'd done some crocheting. And so I've got some right here, an old project that I was working on, but it's been so long, I don't know if I could do this anymore because I haven't been practicing it. And I've got this nice book that'll help me learn crocheting. But sometimes you go and you look at it. Let me see if I can find an example. It's like, let's say I want to make this bag. And it's like it's written in its own language when you're trying to read it. Like, look at this. Well, let's see, where's a good part? It's just like, what is it even saying? Row 2, CH1, SC in each SC and each SC across turn? What? I don't expect you guys to know that. Some of you might know what that means. You might know that SC is, I believe it's a single crochet. It's a type of stitch, and it's telling you how to do it. But it's its own language. Same thing applies for math. Okay? Now, today we're learning about data. I love data. It's such a good application for math. I think it's fun to do. It's fun to just look at the world around us and just gather information about it and see what we can learn from it. So let me pull up our lesson and let's see what our standard is for today. Looks like our standard is to be able to generate and organize data. So let's talk about what those words mean. Now, generate means to create, to make, to build. And so we're going to be making our own data and organizing it. That means that we're going to put it in a certain way that makes it easy for us to read and understand what's going on. And data is that information that we collect. Data can be a lot of things. It can be how long is your pinky? It can be what scores did you get on your test? It's anything that you're collecting information about. Now, let's say that I wanted to learn what your guys' favorite pets were. One way that I might collect my data, that's one of the things I want to do. I want to be able to generate or collect and organize data. So first I need to gather that data. I need to get it. So let's say that I wanted to know your guys' favorite pets. Man, I wish we were in the classroom. I love doing these spontaneous surveys when we're learning about data, but I can't do it. There are ways that I can do it online. Maybe we'll do a data project of some sort. I would just ask people. I could go around and I'm going to tally mark how many people say that their favorite animal is a dog. So if I go upstairs and ask my wife, what's your favorite animal? She says, oh, dog, easily. Boop. Okay, well, I ask my son, Liam, what's your favorite animal? And I don't know how many animals he knows. He might say baby shark because he loves those baby shark videos. Or he might say dog because we have a dog. Or he might say puppy, which I know you know. It's the same thing as a dog. He might say dragon. I don't know. He's 2. So I'm going to go ahead and mark dog for him. I also like dogs. This is, I don't know, we're a dog family. So a lot of the people that I'm talking to right now are going to like dogs. But let's say then I go out and start talking to other people and they're like, oh, Mr. Sayre, I love cats. And each time somebody says, I love cats, I love cats. I love cats. I'm going to put a little tally mark to keep track of it. And one way to keep this organized so that it's easy to see our data just as we're collecting it so that we can transfer it later when you're doing tally marks. So when you get to a 5th one, instead of just putting it next to it and having to count each individual lines, 5s you can count by fives really quickly. So we cross with our fifth one. You can see there's 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines, 5 lines. That fifth line we put a cross. So now it's a group of 5. Groups of 5 are easy to count. And say another person does it. So I can look at this and I can say, well, that's 5 and 1 more, that's 6. Let's say only one person liked birds. And as I was talking to people, here's that fifth one. 7 people liked hamsters. Let's say nobody liked fish. I don't know why people hate fish in this example, but they do. And then one person says, oh, my uncle, he lives in a different country and he has a pet raccoon. And I think that's the coolest thing. That's my favorite pet. Well, I don't have an option for raccoon. If I put a new box for every single answer people put, it would take up a lot of space. So I just have this category called other for any response that I'm going to get that's not common. And so I'll mark, there's that raccoon person, and let's say someone said that a pet monkey would be the best or something like that. So I've got my data here, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out a way to organize the data. And one way that we can do it, the way that we're going to learn today, is a picture graph. With a picture graph, we're going to use a picture to represent what we're talking about, okay? In this case, a star. And what we have here, this is called a key. The key tells you what the pieces on a graph represent. So in this case, it's telling me that every time I see a star, that's going to be one student's response. And it's going to help me keep it organized. Sometimes this will change. Sometimes each star will represent 2 or 3. And it just depends on how much data I gather and how easily I want it to be seen. But the nice thing is once I'm finished organizing it, I can see just by looking at it which is the favorite type pet for this example. So I'm going to go back to my tally chart. This is called a tally chart. These are nice because they're really easy to make. And I've got 3 people that said dog. So I come back to this picture graph. And I'm going to put 3 stars in here. I'm going to put them on top of each other. 3. And then I got to go back. Cats. We've got 6 that said cats. So I'm going to grab 6 of these little stars. 3. You guys might just draw them in. I'm using technology once again to help make things a little bit easier for me. I've got 6. Birds, I believe, was 1. Hamsters was 7. Let's see if I can do this. Oh no, that was not good. Okay, we'll try to go quick. 1, 2. Now, one of the problems that you'll learn with picture graphs is at some point it becomes a lot of work and it takes a lot of time to put all of these pictures in. And then you have to count and make sure you got them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So something that we're going to learn in pretty soon is different ways that we can organize our data and show it so that it doesn't take as long and it's just as easy to see. Okay. Let's see, 2 on other, 7. Okay. So here I have it, and we can see hamster was the most popular because it has the most pictures. Now, one of the problems with it is maybe I didn't do a good job of stacking it. And if I have my stars like this, and you're going to say, oh, Mr. Sayre, well, yeah, we know they're stacked up. So I can see the hamsters is still more. But someone might look at this and they might just see that this one's the highest one up. And they might say, well, it looks like cats are the favorite pet. But that's not true. I didn't organize this very well. And so in this case, I tried to make it so that they were about even with each other so that we could see that it was hamsters that was the most. But that's something that you want to watch out when you're making a picture graph. Okay. Now, the assignment for today, since you guys don't have your books, let me go ahead and stop sharing this so that you can see my beautiful smiling face completely. The assignment that you have today, we wanted to make it completely online. So I'm going to send you a copy of the problem set. The issue is we were supposed to collect data in class. Now, there are ways around it. You can go around and ask your family for, I believe it's what their favorite color is. You can call up family members and say, hey, I'm doing a math assignment. I need to collect some data. Can you tell me what your favorite color is? And you can keep a tally chart and make a picture graph that way. And you're more than welcome to do that. The problem set will be attached. There's also going to be an assignment that's attached to Google Slides that you can do instead, where I've already collected some data. I've just made it up, and you'll be able to go in and fill in that assignment, and I'll be able to actually see it because it'll have a copy for each of you. And as you type in your answers, I can go ahead and just look at it. There's going to be some more explanations on how to do that on the assignment itself. Just know you don't need to do both the problem set and it's a Google slide. You can do either one of them, whichever one you feel more like doing. And since you don't have a copy of your book, maybe you don't have access to a printer, it might be a little bit easier to just do the Google Slides. And if you are doing it from the problem set, just record it on a piece of paper and refer back to the computer to see what the question is asking. Choice is yours. Good luck on today's assignment. You're going to be collecting your own data. And if you find the opportunity where you're just curious about something and you want to collect your own data, do it. That's why we're learning these skills, so that you can use it. All right, I hope you guys have fun. I hope you enjoy this lesson. I know that I'm excited about it. I feel like, I know I say this every time I do a new module, but it's so fun. It's just, I love math. So I miss you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.